are we at now? Week 7 ka? Do you know which academic week we are on now? Week 6 or 7 or 8? Anyone knows? Okay, all right. Okay, so okay lah. So we will see if we can get finish up with vectors today. Okay. Right. Okay. So so last week we went through the dot product. So this week we are going to talk about the other way of multiplying vectors, which is, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, good. Okay. So this week we are going to talk about what's known as the dot product. Okay. The cross product. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So what's the cross product? So the cross product is, and it's basically another way, yeah, of multiplying two or more vectors together. Two or more. Yeah. And two or more vectors. All right. Okay. And the important thing is, with cross product, the answer that you get the answer that you get is another vector. Okay, so if you recall, when you do dot product, when you were doing dot product last week, the answer that you get is it's a number. Okay, you get basically a magnitude out of it. But when you do cross product, the answer that you get is a new vector. Okay, so if you do cross product, suddenly you get the answer is a number. That means you've done something wrong to that. Okay. Okay, so to do cross product, we need to know matrix. Okay, I think you have done matrix before, but I will do a very quick revision with you. You still remember your matrices? So if, let's say, you have a 2 by 2 matrix, matrix A1, A2, B1, B2, how do you find the determinant of this matrix? How do you get the determinant of this matrix? You multiply A1 with B2, and what else? And then what? A2 with B1, and then one minus the other. Remember this guy? Remember this? You've done this before, kan? Okay. Those of you who cannot remember this, I cannot teach you matrix from scratch. I don't have the time. So if you cannot remember how to do matrices, yeah, you have to go revise on your own. Okay. I can just go through the very basic with you. Okay. So that's a 2 by 2 matrix. What if we get to a case where we have a 3 by 3 matrix? How do you do 3 by 3 matrices to get, how do you get the determinant? Okay, so this is a 3 by 3 matrices. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix. 3 and 3. That's why we call it 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. How do you get the determinant of this matrix? How? You still remember how to get this? How to get determinant? Quick. Someone. So, do you know how to do this, or are you just shy? Don't be shy with me, okay? I won't bite. How do you do 3 by 3 matrix? Someone? Marianne, do you remember how to do it? Marianne, are you there?
Yes, doctor, I am here.
Yeah, you still remember how to do 3 by 3 matrix, how to find a determinant?
I don't remember already, doctor.
You done it before, kan?
Yeah, I've done it before, but I don't recall doing the 3 by 3.
Only done 2 by 2, ka?
If I remember correctly.
Oh, okay lah, okay. It's okay, okay. Okay, but 2 by 2, you understand the concept, kan? 2 by 2, okay, ah?
Okay, doctor.
Okay, so I'll teach you how to do 3 by 3 quickly. Okay, so the way you do 3 by 3 is, I have to use color here. Okay, so the way you do it is, you start obviously with A1. And then the matrix that it's going to multiply with will be B and C. Macam ini. Okay. Next. Okay, you copy this. I have to, unfortunately, I have to erase it. Otherwise, it's going to get too complicated. Next. We go to A2. Can you guess what goes inside?
B1, C1, B3, C3.
Correct. Yeah. So you choose this and this. Yeah. It goes in there. But the sign in front has to be negative, has to be minus. Why does it have to be minus? The first one is the first one is positive. Why the second one is minus, negative? Okay, because you see B1, the first row B1 C1 with the second row B3 C3, it's not linked together. It's not linked together. Okay, it's actually reverse direction. That's why in this case you always need to put a minus in there. Okay. Next, A3. When it's A3, then it's this one that you're multiplying with. B1, B2, C1, C2. Now, in this case, it's positive. Why? Because it's together. Yeah. This whole thing is together. Okay. A1 is also positive because A1, yeah, it's together. Yeah. So that's how you do it. So basically what I've done now is I've turned my 3 by 3 matrix into an equation which is only a 2 by 2 matrix. So it's easier for you to solve now. Okay. So how do you solve it? So the A1 remains where it is. The A1 remains where it is. So you just multiply the inside terms to get the determinant. B2 C3 minus B3 C2 and then A2. Let me do in color. Okay, green first. Okay, so the green one, A1. So you multiply the determinant inside, B2 C3 minus B3 C2. Okay, and then the second term is minus A2, and the determinant is B1 C3 minus B3 C1, and the last term is plus A3 B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Okay, so that's your determinant. Any questions? Semua faham nggak?
Understood.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so now that you understand this, we are going to apply this to our cross product, because tadi tu matrix saja. We have to apply this matrix into our vectors. So when I have vector A times vector B, vector A cross vector B, basically what's happening is like that. Okay, when you cross product vector A with vector B, basically that's what's happening. Okay, in your matrix arrangement, yeah, I, J, K, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. So when you find the determinant, basically it is I A2 B3 minus A3 B2 minus J. Don't forget the roof on top of I and J. Okay. When it's J, then it's A1 B3 minus A3 B1 plus K A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Yeah. So that's so as you can see, you have I, J, K in this equation. So it is still a vector. The answer is still a vector. Okay. So that's how you do the process. Okay. Now a few rules regarding the cross product. Okay. So one, the result that you get when you do a cross product is a vector. So this I explained earlier. Now the second rule is when you cross product two vectors together, A cross B, it will give you a vector. So the answer that it gives you is a vector that is orthogonal to both vector A and vector B. What does orthogonal means? Orthogonal means 90 degrees direction. Yeah. So what that means is imagine 3D. Okay, so imagine a 3D space. You have a vector A, you have a vector B. Okay, let's say you have two vectors here, vector A and vector B. If you cross product these two vectors together, what you're going to get is you're going to get one vector that is orthogonal 90 degrees to both these vectors. Yeah, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Yeah. So if you A cross B, that's what you get. However, if you do B cross A, you will also get a vector that is orthogonal to both A and B, but it will be in the other direction. Okay? So that brings us to the third point. So if you B cross A, it gives a vector orthogonal to both A and B, but in opposite direction. Okay. So basically what that means is, yeah, A cross B equals to what? When you change direction, what do you do to the vector? You put a negative sign in front, kan? Yeah, you get negative B cross A. That's basically what it means. Yeah, because the change in direction. Yeah, the negative is there because of the change in, yeah, you can negative is there because of that change in direction. Okay, caused by the when you do the process in inverse. Okay. Okay, so let's tackle an example. The example, yeah, example. Okay, all right. So let's tackle an example. So I have a vector u negative 3i plus j minus 2k, and I have a vector v I plus j plus k. Find both vectors that are orthogonal to both u and v. Okay, so I have two vectors, vector u and vector v. I want to find both the vectors that are orthogonal to u and v. So what do you do? So what do you do? Okay. I've just talked about this just now.
Finding matrices.
Yeah, you just multiply you just cross product the two vectors together lah kan? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first answer is this. The second answer is this. Itu aja. So find the determinant. Okay, let's do the. I will do the first one for you. You do the second one yourself. Okay, U cross V. So how do you do this? How do you do U cross V? So you write down each term in the vectors. So you have your I, you have your J, you have your K. So U, the first term is -3, 1, -2, and then this is 1, 1, 1. Okay, everyone knows how I got this. Any problems? You know how I got this matrix, Chan?
Yes.
No need to explain, huh? You know how I assemble this, huh? It's basically -3. Is that -3? 1, 1, -2, -2. And then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah? Okay. That's how I assembled this matrix. So now let's answer this question. Okay. So you have 1, -2, 1, 1 minus J. J will be -3, 1, -2, 1 plus K. Forgot the hat. Don't forget the hat. I always tend to forget it. Okay, and K will be -3, 1, 1, 1. There. So your answer will be 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times -2 is -2. Macam ni. Okay. And then minus J, -3 minus -2. And finally, K will be -3 minus 1. So then what's your answer? 1 minus -2 is what? 3 kan?
3i.
Yeah, 3i. And then? -3 plus 2 is what?
Minus, is it j plus j?
Correct. So -3 plus 2 is -1, but you have a negative j in front. So negative becomes positive j. And finally, -4k. That's one of the answer. So that's one of the answer, but it wants you to find both. Yeah, both the orthogonal. So you have to do V cross U as well. Okay. So you can do this on your own. Do this on your own. Okay. So do this on your own. Next. Okay, next example. No need examples. This one easy. Okay. Okay, so we can jump onto the next one where we start looking for angles. Okay. So the next rule that you need to know is this. Okay. Magnitude of A cross B okay. So you can derive a relationship like this. A cross B magnitude times magnitude of A times magnitude of B times sine theta. You can use this to find angle theta. You can use this formula to find angle theta, whereby theta is angle between vector A and vector B. measuring from 0 to pi. Okay. So this is another rule, very similar to the one that we did last week. Okay. So because of that, there are two rules that you can remember. Okay. If I ask this question in test and exam, you can do this very quickly to give me an answer. So if you A cross B and you get 0, well, let's do the one from last week first. Okay, let's do the one from last week first. Okay. From last week, vector A dot vector B. If it's 0, what does it mean? What does it mean for vector A and B? If vector A dot vector B is 0, what does it mean?
Parallel.
Parallel or orthogonal?
Parallel.
They are orthogonal to each other. Yeah. I made a mistake yesterday. I made a mistake last week. When I started off, I said parallel, which is wrong. It's supposed to be orthogonal. Yeah. I think I corrected myself. I corrected myself. I did say that it's orthogonal in the end last week. Okay. So if A dot B is 0, that means vectors A and B are orthogonal to each other. So what that means is, vector A and vector B is 90 degrees to each other. Okay. Now, if you do A cross B and you get 0, what that means is vector A and vector B are parallel to each other. Yeah. So what that means is A and B goes in the same direction. In other words, same unit vector. Yeah. Then so if A cross B is 0, that means vectors A and B are parallel to each other, and they have the same unit vector because same direction, always same unit vector. Okay, when they are parallel to each other, same direction. Yeah. Okay. All right. Another a little bit more theory. Okay. So you can also use cross products to find areas of triangle or parallelogram. Okay. Area of triangle is simpler. Okay. Let's have an area. Let's say I have a triangle which is formed by two vectors. The area of the triangle is simply half the magnitude of U cross V, the two vectors. So you cross product the two vectors together, and then you find the magnitude, and then you divide it, and then you divide it by 2. Okay, magnitude. So you have to cross product, you get a new vector, and then you find the magnitude of that new vector. Okay, and then divide it by 2. Okay, and halve it. Okay, so that's area. Yeah, because area should be a number rather than a vector. So that's why it's looking at it in terms of magnitude. Yeah. Okay. What about what is a parallelogram? What's a parallelogram?
Two sides with same angle.
It's like a rectangle, but it's a leaning. It's like a leaning. It's like a leaning rectangle, right? Agree? Yeah. Okay. So area of parallelogram. So area of parallelogram is what is the two vectors multiplied together, a dot product, this one dot product, times the angle theta, which is that angle theta there. Okay, so this, if this is V, this is U, that is theta, then that's your formula. Okay. Okay. Now, what that also means is, effectively, you can use the cross product as well, because this has a relationship with the cross product. Okay. Now, obviously, if you do this, okay, so this has a relationship with the cross product. That relationship is the relationship that I showed you earlier, is this cross this. Okay. It's the two cross together. I think this is supposed to be magnitude as well. Magnitude. Yeah. Like this. So you have two alternatives. If you want to use dot product, you use that formula. If you want to use cross product, you use that formula. You can use either formula to find the area of parallelogram. Okay. So let's do an example. Let's do an example. Let's do a triangle. Find area of this triangle, PQR, using vectors. So P has coordinate of 1, -1, 2. Q is 2, 3, 1. And R is -2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I have here is, now, when you see a question like that, I want you to find area of triangle of this triangle PQR using vectors. Okay, P, Q, R. Now, the first question you ask yourself is, P, Q, R. Are these vectors or are these coordinates? Don't just jump straight in and start doing your, do not jump straight in and start doing your cross product. You will get the wrong answer. Why? Because these three are coordinates, right? You look at the brackets. Are the brackets like this, or are the brackets sharp? Are they rounded or are they sharp?
Rounded.
Yeah, rounded. When they are rounded, are they vectors or coordinates?
Coordinates.
Yeah. It's only vectors if it's sharp bracket. So these are all coordinates. So you have to convert them to vectors first. Yeah, you cannot just multiply them straight away. So let's well, it's not really convert lah, but I'm going to say convert. So convert the coordinates to vectors. Yeah, so you need to find vector PQ. You need to find vector PR. You need to find vector well, you only need two actually. You only need two, but you can find all three lah. RQR as well. But you only need two because if you do cross product, you just need two. That's enough. Okay. So find any two. I'm gonna look for PQ and PR. How do you find vector PQ? Do you remember? How do you find vector PQ? Someone. Well, I'm actually attending a course right now, online course. I have to fill in my attendance. Someone work out PQ and PR for me, please, while I do my attendance for an online course that I'm following right now. Aduh. Izzat, we have a Izzat kan dalam kelas? Izzat, ada Izzat kan? Izzat, ada kah? Siapa class rep? Who's the class rep?
Me, doctor.
Ada Izzat kah?
In the Google Meet. Wait, let me check. The
Okay.
Google Meet don't have.
Oh, dia tapi memang ada Izzat lah dalam kursus
Yeah,
ini.
yeah.
Okay, mungkin tak datang. Okay. Okay, nanti saya mark dia absent. Okay. I've forgotten your name. What's the guy's name? Itu. Okay. Anyone? PQ. Can you?
Doctor.
Yep.
1 4 -1.
Yeah, correct. Who is that?
Jonathan.
Oh, John. Okay, yeah, thank you. Correct. 1 4 -1. Okay. Can everyone get this? Do you know
Yes,
everyone else? Do you know where 1 4 -1 come from?
No.
Huh? No?
Tahu.
Oh, huh? Okay. Let me just do. I do PR for you. Let me do PR for you. Okay. So the way you do it is to get vector PR. You just take. This term. You take the R term minus the P term, which is -2 minus 1, and then 3 minus -1, and then 4 minus 2. That's how you get it. Okay, so you should get -3, 4, 2. Okay, so that's how you get vectors from coordinates. All right. So now I have two vectors. I have vector PQ. I have a vector PR. I have two. Two is enough. Okay. What was the formula just now for area of triangle? It's half the magnitude of any two vectors multiplied together. Okay, so in this case, it will be PQ. Sorry, not multiply. Multiplied through cross product. Yeah, PR. Yeah, PQ cross PR. So half magnitude PQ cross PR. So in this case, normally what I do is, okay, let's not do this first. I do the PQ cross PR first separately. Okay, this I do separately. Okay, because matrix, yeah, a bit complicated. Okay. Okay, PQ cross PR. So we assemble our matrix PQ cross PR. So the top is always I, J, okay? And then you fill in your PQ and PR when your PQ and PR values. So PQ is 1, 4, -1. And PR is -3, 4, 2. Okay, so next you do what we did just now. I 4, -1, 4, 2 minus J. Don't forget your head again. I keep forgetting my heads. Okay, 1, -1. Sorry, 1, -3, -1, 2 plus K. K is 4, -1, 4, 2. Okay, like that. So after you do everything, you should get this answer. Okay, 12i. Do this on your own. Do this on your own. I will give you the answer now, but you do it on your own. Make sure you can get the answer. Don't just copy down whatever I write, because quite often in the exam, if you don't practice how you get from one step to the other, if you don't practice, you'll get it wrong. I confirm you. I can tell you now. You don't practice, you will definitely get it wrong. Okay, so practice. I will give you the answer, but you have to practice how you got from this, how you got from the matrix to the determinant below. Okay, how you get this final answer. Okay, so this is the answer. Make sure you know how to get here from the top part. Okay. Okay, so this is PQ cross PR. However, our answer wants us to look for magnitude. Yeah, you see the two lines here and here. That is magnitude. So let's find magnitude. So magnitude PQ cross PR is basically that square root, yeah, 12 squared plus 1 squared plus 16 squared. So you should get square root 401. Okay, you should get square root 401. So then you just bring this answer up there. Substitute back in here. So half. So magnitude PQ cross PR, we worked it out, is square root 401. There. That's your answer. Finish. That's the final answer. Any questions?
No.
Anyone? Okay, good. What about everyone else? Do you have anything you want to ask me, or is this straightforward? Yeah, it is straightforward, but you have to practice. You have to practice. You cannot just look at what I did and you understand and you assume it's okay. You cannot do that, because when you actually do it on your own, you face problems. So you have to, after this class finish, I want you to practice this on your own. You give this, you look at this question, you do everything on your own without referring to my answer. Okay, you try to do everything on your own without referring to my answer.
Excuse me, doctor.
Yeah.
If I pick QR instead of PQ, will it give me the same answer?
QR. It should, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So what you have to do is, okay, so what you have to do is, you know your triangle is so PQR, okay? So the matrices that I work with just now is PQ and PR, okay? If you want to do it another way, you always have to start from the same point. So if you, let's say you don't want to use PQ, PR, you want to use Q, you want to start with Q. So what you have to do then is you have to find QP and QR. Or if you want to start with R, then you have to find RQ and RP. Understand?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So yes, you can use other methods, but you always have to start from the same point. In my example, I start from PQ, PR. If you want to start from Q, you can do it, but it has to be QP, QR. You have to look for vectors QP and vectors QR. Yeah, or if you want to start from R, then you have to look for vectors RQ and RP. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that's triangles. You can, yeah, so later on, perhaps you can give it a go, but you don't use PQPR. You can retry the question and you try using QPQR, whether you get the same answer or not. Yeah? After class. Okay, next. Next, we are going to work with volume. So volume is basically just an extension of area. Okay, so volume is basically area times a depth or a height. Okay, so we can find volume of parallelogram as well. So let's say I have a parallelogram, which I gave you the formula for just now. I gave you the formula for this parallelogram. Okay, but parallelogram is only 2D. Now, what happens if I want to find the volume of this parallelogram? So it becomes a 3D problem. Okay, so let's say I have a parallelogram here. Let's say that is vector A. This is vector B. And it becomes 3D. Oops. So I want to find the volume. Okay. So if there's a volume, then that means you need another dimension, another vector, vector C. Okay. So how do you look for the volume of this parallelogram? Okay. So because this is a parallelogram, everything is slanting to one side. So if this is a straight line, when the slanted would be an angle of theta. So the slanting, the whole thing is slanted to one side. So that slant is represented by that angle theta. Okay. So the volume of this parallelogram is B cross C. So this B cross C is actually area of the area of parallelogram multiplied by AI. So dot A cos theta. So the A cos theta is the height or the depth. Okay. However, we also know that U dot V, this is from previous, this is from previous. We also know that U dot V is magnitude of U dot V cos theta. So therefore, we can summarize that volume is A dot B cross C. So this makes it easier. So you have two alternatives. So you have two alternatives here. Yeah. So you can either use the first formula. You can either use the first equation, but for you to use the first equation, you need to know theta. You need to know theta to use the first equation. If you don't know theta, then you can use the second equation. You don't need theta to use the second equation. Okay. Okay, so let's go through a quick example for this. Find volume of parallelogram below. Okay, so the coordinates are these. So again, I'm giving you coordinates. This is not vector, so you have to find the vector first. Okay. R1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. R, P, Q, R, and S. S is 1, 4. Okay. So I give you coordinates of 4 points. So probably looks like this. Let me draw a better one. Okay. Okay, so that's your parallelogram. So I have P, Q, R, and S. Okay. Okay. So always work from the same point. Okay. Okay. So now you need three. You need three there. So let's go back to this formula. You need at least three vectors. I have vector A, I have vector B, I have vector C. At least three vectors. Because it's 3D. This volume is 3D. That's why you need at least three vectors. So my three vectors are PQ, PS, PR. Okay, always from the same point. If you choose P, you do it from P. Okay, so therefore you need to find vectors PQ, PS, PR. Okay. And then to get the volume, basically what you do is you cross product two of them together. Okay, B and C. You cross product B and C together. So I can do cross product PS with PR. Okay, I cross product PS and PR, and then the result of that I would dot product with PQ. Then that's your answer. Okay. I want you to do this on your own. I will give you 10:57 now. I will give you 15 minutes to do this while I share with you the link to the attendance as well. Okay, so 15 minutes, do this on your own. I will share the attendance as well. All right. Okay, anyone managed to get PQ, PAR, and PS? Do you want to try give me the answer? What is PQ? Yeah?
3I minus 2J K plus K.
Yep. Correct. Yeah, so 3I. Oops. Three I minus 2J and K, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yep. Yeah, so you can write it like that, or you can write it like this, doesn't matter. Yeah. So or 3I minus 2J plus K. Correct. Both are correct. All right. Okay, very good. Someone else? PR?
Three minus two, 1.
3 minus
1, 2, 2.
1? 1? I didn't hear the rest. 1 lepas tu apa?
114 for PS.
Oh, PS. Okay, 114. Okay, what about PS 114? Yeah, correct. Okay, and then PR?
1 to 2.
1, 2, 2. Okay, good. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so now what do you get when let's do the the next step is you have to do the cross product PS and PR. What do you get when you cross product PS and PR?
Negative 6I
Yep, negative 6I
plus 2J
plus 2J
plus K.
plus K. Negative 6I plus 2J. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answer with me. So you can write it as negative 6, 2, and 1. Yeah. Okay. So then you dot product PQ and this together. Okay. Which is yeah. Oops. 3 negative 2 1 dot negative 6 2 1. What answer do you get for the volume?
Negative 18I.
Negative 18.
Yes.
I got a slightly different answer.
Oh.
I got a slightly different answer. Do you get 21? Who got 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer should be 21. You double check. Answer should be 21. Yeah. So if you end up with a negative answer, you just turn it into positive because volume obviously. So it all depends on this. Yeah, it all depends on this. The PS cross PR. If you do PR cross PS, you may get a positive answer. But if you do PS cross PR, you may get a negative answer. Okay, doesn't matter whether you get positive or negative answer. Okay, if you get positive answer, you stay with positive. If you get a negative answer, then you just turn it into positive because volume has to be positive. Okay, but the important point is the number is 81. Whether it's negative or positive, it has to be 21. Okay.
Okay, doctor, I forgot to add up all the values.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
I got
So
21.
you got 21, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. So good. Yeah. So if you get 21, then that's good. Those of you who cannot get the answers, make sure you go through this step by step. Make sure you can get the answer. Okay. This question is coming out in the final exam. Okay. I tell you now. Final exam question. All right. I'm gonna just tell you one time, final exam question. I'm not gonna repeat it again. So for those of you who are not here, then rugi lah. Okay, so any questions you want to ask me about this? Anyone has any questions? No question?
No.
Okay. Okay, so if there are no questions, let me see. Okay, I think we can end. So that's it lah. So that's it for vectors. I will arrange a time for test. Okay, so there will be a test on this. The test will be on dot product or cross product. Well, and boop, 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 boop. The test will be on dot product and cross product. Okay. I will let you know when the time is. Okay. All right. So have a good weekend. I will see you on Monday face to face. All right. Don't forget the attendance. I shared the attendance link in the chat box. All right. All right. Okay. I see you everyone next Monday.
All right. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.